So, getting into the recent episode of 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, honestly, one of the things that I thought was that we needed like an older, like MILF type character, because even though, yeah, we've had all these unique, interesting characters, one that I definitely wanted to see was like an older, like much older, like a mother, like MILF, like, yeah. You get the point. So I kind of thought of that. I thought maybe they might go into the teacher route, but at the same time I thought maybe that might be a little bit too far. Maybe it's a possibility, but honestly with this recent episode, the idea of the possibility of like her mother potentially being one. Now again, I've not read the mangas and I don't want spoilers because I see people trying to post spoilers all the time. But I kind of thought to myself, what if she became one of the girls that joins in? That'd be pretty insane. Honestly, the potential memes, all the family memes from like Fast and the Furious, like keeping in the family, like the potential is limitless. But to be at the same time, I can't blame her for wanting her daughter to break up with him, because from her perspective, he's dating 5 girls. Like, it's not exactly normal. So it's one of those things where you can't blame her, but it does feel like that when he does finally meet this mother, because clearly something's going to happen where they're probably going to break in and he will confront the mother, and that's where that spark thing will happen. And I bet you she'll become part of the harem. Like, I'm putting my money on it right now. I've been trying to stay away from spoilers because I know people have been posting them left, right, and center, and honestly, it's just one of those where I get really annoyed because it's a great series, and it's not just like series like this, like every light novel or manga series, there's always people that are trying to spoil it and be annoying. It's just like, you're just ruining the experience for anime only fans. I get you want your 2 minutes of glory in the comment sections or on X or Twitter, whatever, but it's like all you're going to do is end up getting blocked, so it's rather pointless. But honestly, as I've mentioned in all my videos, I really love those moments where you get those, like, yeah, you add a new girl to the cast, but they also spend a bit of time building on the other girls. And in this episode, it does that. It continues to emphasize on the point that I've been making throughout multiple of my videos talking about 100 Girlfriends, is that it doesn't just do what a lot of other harem series do, where they get a bunch of girls and then they sideline them. It was funny because a bunch of people were trying to guess. The series that I was talking about from the last video was Sword Art Online, where Kirito gets all these girls and they kind of just get sidelined until maybe like one movie where they get like 5 minutes of attention, or Infinite Stratus or something like that. There's a bunch of other harems out there that you could name that do that, where they add in like 5, 6, 7 girls, but most of them don't really get much attention. Like, they're just kind of there, they do like a little cheerleader, ooh yeah, and they like fight with each other, and that's it. But as I've mentioned with this, the thing that I like is the way all the girls are accepting, and they all help each other, and they all kind of complement each other as well. And I get the feeling that's going to continue to add on as well. There's so much potential of where the different variety of girls can come from, and a lot of them could be quite complementary, especially if it just got into like certain stuff where you could have like idols or musicians, family members. Like, that's the thing, there's so many ways that they can complement. And seeing this episode where you get all the girls kind of together, they're all having a little bit of fun, they're all protecting each other, and then there's the whole marriage thing. It's just adorable. It's really, really, really cute. I absolutely love it, and I look forward to seeing what other girls will come beyond this. But I feel like this will be where season 1 will end, and then we'll have season 2 at a later date. I've mentioned that on my other channel where I was talking about the leaks coming from where it's going to be like 2 cores, but there's going to be a 3-month split. So I'm expecting it will get a season 2 announcement at the end of this couple of episodes, and then we'll get it in 3 months time. So that's what it's looking like. So I feel like this arc is kind of like where season 1 will end, and then we'll get the next parts in 3 months time or so. So I'm really curious to see what other types of girls, because that's the thing, as I mentioned in my other video, is that the fact that there are 100 girlfriends and we've only got so many, where are they going to go with that? Like, there's so much potential. That's why I thought of the idea of like an older character, like a teacher or something, but I was like, that's a little bit risque. But a mother as being one of the harem members, like, whew, that is going to be a spicy one, to say the least. I'm also expecting possibly maybe like some characters outside of the school as well that could be high, because I mean, well, clearly it's probably not going to be 100 girlfriends in the school, because one of them yeah, I'm pretty adamant it's going to be the mother's going to be one of them. So I feel like some of them aren't going to be at the school. That's why I was thinking maybe there could be like a couple of idols or something, maybe different schools, something like that. The potential is limitless. I kind of came up with the idea, the crazy idea that the cat was like a shape-shifting druid or something, like something really wacky, but someone said that was just like a Easter egg character for the anime, so I was like, oh, that's disappointing. It'd just be kind of funny if they really went like really far out there and had like some druid type character just for the fun of it. But that also being said, I expect like you're kind of like your witchcraft ones, your goth girls. I expect a musician, probably someone that plays an instrument, an idol. I'm expecting those kind of ones. I was kind of thinking of what other potentials there are, but a lot of those seem more like they're just, yeah, they're character based, driven with whatever their hobbies are. I was also expecting maybe like a hardcore gamer or an otaku type character as well. Even though you've got the bookworm girl, I feel like a full-blown like cosplayer type one would be really cool, because the potential there, it could be like a mixture of like My Dress Up Darling style character. That's just like the limitless. Like, I love coming up with these theories and seeing what happens later on down the line, which ones come true, which ones don't come true. Like the druid one, like it probably won't come true, but it'd just be really fun. And I mean, hey, the manga's not finished, so you never know, maybe they might add some druid type character later on. Like, I don't know, it just seems fun. Just the idea of like, imagine like one of his girlfriends is a cat that shapeshifts back into a human, and she can kind of like spy on him, and I don't know, it just seems fun, silly. But I also really look forward to seeing some of more of these characters and the backstories for them and how interesting they are, because this one now is something that I'm more curious about, because what's the relationship between her and her mother, especially with the fact that her mother's like, oh, I'll make him disappear. So she clearly has influence, she clearly has power, and the fact that she lives in like almost like a fortress with a like police guard constantly, some surveillance all around there, so she clearly has some power, she has some wealth, she has some influence. And I also assume that she probably doesn't have her husband anymore, maybe they've passed away or disappeared or whatever, and so that's why I think she will join the harem as well. But how that's going to play out is going to be so fun. I'm super hyped for it, especially the fact that the other girls are going to help as well, because the other girls, and this is the thing, the other girls don't have to help. They could all be like, oh, well, competition's out of the way now, but they're like, no, we're gonna help. So they're all backing each other up in some way, shape or form. And I kind of want to see, again, as I've mentioned in the past videos, how well are they going to handle as the cast grows more and more and more, because right now they're handling it well, but it's only a small number. Like, for example, if they do add the mother as one of them, is she going to be frequent? Is she going to be like having the girls and him around as much as possible? Because I mean, with a place that big, you can facilitate a pretty large harem of girls to come around all the time. So those things can kind of complement each other, like the mother joining the harem and then be like, oh, we'll have all the girls around with the boy, and she kind of like makes all the girls preoccupied, and then she tries to jump on him on a bed or something. Like, the potentials are limitless. Super excited to see where it goes, and I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Who is your favorite waifu? What are you excited for? Without spoilers again, but it's just the excitement, it's super high, super fun. Love to know your thoughts. So again, if you like this video, hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you beautiful nerds in the next video.